Hello, my name is Alexandria Ingram. That's Alexandria with an emphasis on the Drea, or just Alex for short. Today, I want to share how my leadership crucibles revealed the value most important to me, a sense of accomplishment. The moment I first realized accomplishment mattered most to me wasn't when I was praised, because recognition or praise isn't my biggest motivator. It's the powerful feeling of being able to look back at something difficult, like my basic training graduation, and saying to myself, I did that. So, pretty much what I was talking about in my previous slide, Warren Bennis and Robert Thomas call these defining trials crucibles, experiences that test us, refine us, and ultimately transform us into stronger leaders. Like alchemists using fire to transform metal into gold, I've had my own crucibles, challenges that have pushed me to reflect deeply on who I am, what I value, how I want to lead, experiences that have ultimately tested, refined, and revealed what I exactly stand for. One crucible was managing a military veterinary clinic, and this was probably my main one. The pressure was relentless between managing the animal's health, all of the military working dogs I had to take care of, and also just the lives of these military working dogs and their handlers pretty much depended on our team. As you can imagine, as a young leader, I faced overwhelming responsibility. I had to ensure controlled drug compliance, coordinate staff, and keep everything running with zero room for error, all with no prior leadership experience. Through trial and error, I realized leadership wasn't about control. In fact, it was more about guiding others, building systems, and supporting my team so that we all succeeded together. This crucible revealed that accomplishment is amplified when it impacts others. Even the whole team achieves something greater than any one of us could alone. Another crucible came a little bit later in my life, balancing school, career, and motherhood, all while my husband was away on deployment, and I had just made a large change in my life from going from active duty to the reserves. Just like I'm sure this honeybee feels, there were days I felt torn in every direction between a sick child, coursework deadlines, and responsibilities at work all colliding. Eventually, something had to give. I did eventually get out of the reserves, but through all of that trial and error, I learned accomplishment wasn't about doing everything perfectly. It was about perseverance, getting through one challenge at a time without giving up. The main lesson I learned from this crucible was that it showed me resilience, essentially the ability to adapt, to keep showing up, and to celebrate the small wins on the way to the bigger goals. Now, my most recent crucible is at Canines for Warriors, where I work as a veterinary technician, working with service dogs and veterans. Here, the stakes are emotional, but also very life changing. Caring for these dogs and educating warriors required empathy, patience, and a whole lot of trust, something that I kind of wasn't able to show in my military career. The pressure here is different, but just as real as in the military. However, here at Canines, I feel like the reward is so much greater. Seeing a warrior bond with their service dog and knowing I played a part in that healing process has given me a sense of accomplishment more powerful than any medal or paycheck. When I look back at these crucibles, the military clinic, the balancing act, and all of these service dogs, I see one thread running through them: accomplishment as a purpose. For me, accomplishment isn't about ego. It's essentially about growth, resilience, and knowing my actions have created positive change in others' lives. This value of accomplishment has become my compass in leadership. It helps guide my decisions, it helps me lift others up, and it helps keeps me steady through all of these challenges that life has to throw at me. In life, we all have crucibles. They test us, they reshape us, and they refine us into who we are meant to be as leaders. The key is noticing what value they reveal. In closing, my crucibles have revealed that accomplishment is my main core value. Leadership for me means finding purpose in persistence, service, and growth. Thank you.